Hi guys, it's Elisa. Long time no see. It's been, I think, a year and a half, maybe even a little more since I have made a video. And there's reasons for that. But I am back. I've been feeling the itch and there are several videos that I would like to make. The first one I'm making today is why I decided to get off the road. So the reason I haven't been on YouTube is because I've been back living where I used to live, well, near there, sort of, for about 6 months, I think. Wow, time has flown. But before that, I was living for a year, full-time nomad, living on the road, off-grid. One of the craziest years of my life, but one of the best, lots of ups and downs. And I'll make several videos on different aspects of what that was like. But for this one, I just want to cover why I decided to end it and get off the road. So it's something that I had been wanting to do since I can remember, like 20 years back, but I always had these huge fears around it. They're going to sound ridiculous to some people, but I thought, you know, I'm going to get murdered by a serial killer if I go live in the middle of nowhere with no cell reception, you know? And then there was all these ideas in my head about, well, you can't afford it, so just wait until you can afford a $50,000 RV and then do it. And, you know, I just got so tired of four walls and tired of waiting. So I actually converted my car, believe it or not. I had the front seat taken out and a custom bed built in. There are pictures on my Instagram. But anyways, let's see. Oh, by the way, this isn't going to be like fancy edited like my other videos. Because I don't have access to my computer right now. When I moved back into a place, the monitor would not come on, and I just could not deal with having to call the company and try to figure that out. This has happened before. It was a total pain in the ass, and I was just too stressed out at the time, and I just said, fuck it. So I left my computer off. And then I just recently got a new kitten, and he chewed up my cords to my keyboard and my mouse. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm not meant to get on my computer right now to edit videos. That bothers me because I'm kind of a perfectionist. I don't like it just being out there totally raw like this, but whatever, for a few videos, it's probably going to be like this. So I was tired of waiting, converted my car, saved up a lot of money, and prepared by buying everything that you can think of under the sun that someone would need to live on the road, watched a million YouTube videos on the how-to and where to go, and, you know, off I went. So it wasn't exactly how I thought it was going to be. It was better in some ways. It was worse in other ways. Not worse, but hard. In the ways that it was hard, I wasn't, you know, I don't know. I guess I kind of knew what the hard ways were because of the YouTube videos I watched, but until you actually live it, you know, it's complicated too. Towards the end of the year, I ended up being kind of living in the same somewhat area for like 3-4 months. That's like the longest I ever stayed in one area. In the beginning, it was like I was moving every week, every 2 weeks. I was living in the mountains, in the forest. I was a campground host, and I was also working front desk for the Forest Service. And I was in a relationship, and that relationship ended badly. And I think that had a lot to do with why I just got fed up with the situation. Where I was stationed at wasn't too far from where I'm from. So I'm like, wow, I'm not that far from home. Like I could just go back and have all the luxuries, because in the beginning it's just like, oh my God, everything's so exciting. But after a year, you get tired of having to go into Planet Fitness to take your shower, you know, having to cook your meal on a propane stove, no matter what the weather is. It's difficult, you know, it's roughing it. Like I made a lot of friends out there. I've seen all different kinds of rigs, people that have amazing, huge schoolies, RVs, you know, truck campers, you name it. And a car is like the roughest. I was like bottom of the barrel. But anyways, so yeah, so when I was in that area, not too far from where I'm from, a couple hours, I think, I just kept thinking about you know, back home, and my sister has actually had moved up to this area for the first time in 20 years. For the last 20 years, we've lived, you know, far apart from each other. And I'm like, wow, if I go back, I could be near my sister and my nieces. So there was that. And then just having to deal with a breakup while living in a car. I know it was by choice, but still, that was difficult. Also, we went to the forest for a reason because I thought, well, at 6,000 elevation, the weather is going to be nice and cool for summer. Well, that area ended up having one of the hottest summers they've ever had, of course. So, and I don't deal well with the heat. So it was, yeah, it was really hot all summer long. Living outside, that was also difficult. And then just the smallness of the car. I know you're not in the vehicle a lot when you're living off grid, especially for the first and the middle part of my adventure. I was never in my car, just asleep, because I was going to lots of festivals and what they call bashes. And I met all these friends, and you know, you're at a campfire every night with amazing music and stages. And it was just like incredible. You're never inside your vehicle really. But after the winter, kind of everyone kind of goes their separate ways. That's when it changed. Maybe that was a big part of it. I didn't even realize it until now. And then there's always like when you don't have like a lot of money and you have to go from job to job, that, you know, that's also difficult. But I think the combination of just being somewhere that was hot constantly, then there was fires. Oh my gosh, there was a couple of really bad fires, and I was just inhaling this smoke, and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like, okay, I'm over inhaling this smoke, you know? And then just dealing with the breakup and just kind of wanting to go back to sticks and bricks, which is something that I never thought would happen. I thought that once I got out there that I was never coming back. I really thought, you know, I've always told people that I'm a gypsy inside my heart, and I think I still am. But I learned a lot about myself by facing my fears and getting out there. And I learned that I actually don't think full-time nomad life is for me. I think maybe half-time or part-time, but not having that place, that stability to go back to ground myself, to rest, it started to bother me. So, you know, the ultimate dream for me would be to have a little bit of land, and to build a house. That's also been one of my dreams my whole life. And then so that I could travel when I want to. If I want to go out for 3 months and then have a place to come back to, or go out for 6 months, or go out for a month, or whatever it is, that would be ideal, because it just started to bother me not having that place to go back to. And that probably had something to do with me being in a car and not a big spacious RV where I could stand, you know? But yeah, that's something that I learned about myself, that I kind of need both. I also learned that I don't think that this is something that I would want to do by myself, maybe with a partner, and I don't have a partner right now, I'm single, or with like a best friend or something, but so that might be okay. But I don't want to be out there traveling by myself, I don't think. So yeah, so that's basically why I decided to get off the road. I am, you know, living in 4 walls again. I have a stable job that I love. I have a brand new kitten. I'm obsessed with him. Living close to my family, so I get to see them quite a bit. One of my best friends moved back from Texas, so I get to hang out with her, and my other best friend, so they're both within like 20-30 minutes from me, so that's great. So I'm enjoying the comforts of, you know, living in 4 walls, like being able to use my blender every day to make my amazing smoothies. That's something I missed so much on the road. Having, you know, a hot shower every day, just right there, washer and dryer, and you know what I mean? Just all the normal comforts that I wanted to get away from so badly before I got on the road, and then I found myself wanting them again. So it's been about 6 months, I think, since I've been back in sticks and bricks, and I already do feel the itch to travel again. So that will be interesting. It's not like a desperate need to go right away like it was before. But it's on my mind. More so traveling abroad, South America and Europe. Like I'm big itch for that for sure. But I'm wanting to do more like extended trips versus just like getting out there like full timer again. So Is that it? Yeah. So I do want to try. I'm okay though. For right now, I'm okay. I think that there's another journey that I'm going on right now with my health. I am currently fasting, actually. I did 6-day juice fast, and then now I'm transferring to fruit fast. I'm on day 7. So that's why my throat and like I'm very low energy because my body's like, you know, detoxing and healing and stuff. So there's like personal stuff and health stuff, spiritual stuff that that I'm attending to and needed to be stable in order to do that. That would have been much harder while living on the road. Because sometimes you have to be in survival mode on the road. We'll do some videos about that because there is a lot about living on the road. Oh my goodness. I don't regret it for a second though. And like I said, I definitely want to do it again, but just like half-time or part-time and with a partner. So when the time is right, I will definitely get back out there again. I would love for my cat to be a travel cat. I'm going to harness and leash train him. So that'll be cool. But for now, I needed to be stable again, which I'm still like, wow, can't believe it. You know, it's crazy how life surprises you like that. You think that you know how it's going to go, and the universe, you know, teaches you otherwise. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it of why I decided to get off the road. I just needed to, but I also needed to be out there too. I learned a lot about myself, man. Learned a lot about other people because I didn't realize I was going to be around tons of people all the time for a big portion of it. I thought I was going to be out there just like nothing but hearing the owls, which I did too. But for a big chunk of it, I was around a lot of people. And obviously there's always life lessons when you're around a lot of people. So yeah, there's going to be several more videos to come about my experience on the road. I was in a band for a short time. Played the tambourine. I had some really cool jobs. I worked in a 2-acre haunted antique store. I'm obsessed with vintage and antique stuff, so that was awesome. That was in Sedona, Arizona. So then I just want to get back to I want to get back to the normal content that I had planned for this channel, which is, you know, esoteric and spiritual and new age, law of attraction and so forth. So I'll be doing videos on that, especially because, like I said, I'm on a big time spiritual journey right now. And then I'm going to be doing videos too, also about my health journey, about raw foods and all of that. There's a lot. There's a lot. So that's it for now. Thank you for any OG followers that are still here. It's good to see you. And if you're new here, please follow and hit the bell so that you're notified when I drop a new video. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's She's in the Redwoods. Although, believe it or not, I am posting much more on Facebook now, funny enough. And my Facebook name is Elisa Ace. That's E-L-I-S-S-A. And the last name Ace, A-C-E. So I'll see you there, see you here, see you everywhere. Bye.